Stock. My name is Bennett. I am your host. Let's get started. The Ottawa Senators play against the Detroit Red Wings in Ottawa. This game was a very close game until the end of the second period. So to start things off, Dylan Larkin went around Erik Karlsson, shot at a weak shot on Anderson, which deflected off him and in. It was 1-0 Detroit, and then tic-tac-toe pass to Nyquist, who scored to make it 2-0 a few minutes later. But a beautiful bullet shot past Howard from Mike Hoffman, making a 2-1 game at the end of the first. In the last few minutes of the second, it seemed as the puck was flipped in the air, delayed penalty against the Senators. It seemed like a high sticking, and Cody Ceci did touch it up, but no play, the whistle was not blown, and then the Red Wings ended up scoring, and it made it 3-1 after the second period. Now the Senators, Chris Wyman, who has scored the last game-winning goal against Ryan Miller, has been playing very, very good lately. Very good defensive and very good chances in offensively. So we got a shot off, and Howard made the save. And then Chris Wyman took it again, fired and scored to make it a 3-2 game in the first few minutes of the third period. And then this is when it happened. In the last few minutes of the third period, Bobby Ryan took it from Glendening, just undressed, a filthy move, undressed Howard and scored, jumped on the boards, classic Bobby Ryan goal, and it was a tie game. And in overtime, we've seen this a lot. A turnover by the Senators, a weird play by Cody Ceci. Thomas Tatar in and scored, and the Red Wings win 4-3 to get the 2 points. The Ottawa gets one hard-fought point. Horrible start to the game, but it's good for our team that at least get 1 point to keep us afloat in a playoff race. One thing I've had a few people ask me in the video, so I'll say it right now, is if you haven't noticed, all the shooter goals that Anderson allows or breakaway goals are over the shoulder. He lets the shoulder down. I do not understand that. I don't know. He's a big guy. He should be standing up and blocking it with his blocker, or just moving in with it, or going down and like blocking with his. I don't know why he's moving down his shoulder, but as you can see, every single shooter shoots there when they're when they're scouting the team before the game. Every single shooter against Ottawa in a breakaway or shootout always goes top shoulder of Anderson on his blocker side, or 5-hole. So the Senators definitely need to address that. And for the Duchesne trade rumors, as much as I would like Duchesne to be a part of the Ottawa Senators, I think it would be a good fit. You guys are forgetting about Clark MacArthur, who will be back this season for sure. So Clark MacArthur will be back, obviously. So there's our top six forward right there, and with Clark MacArthur, that second line and maybe even third line is fine. I don't really see a fit for Duchesne. And second off, they want a defenseman, and we need our defenseman because our defense has been a little mediocre to bad lately. To start the season, chasing the lead a lot or giving up the lead. So we don't need to get rid of a defenseman, especially Thomas Chabot, our high draft pick defense prospect. We can't get rid of him. So no, I say no to any trade with Matt Duchesne and the Colorado Avalanche. As much as I would want one, it just makes no sense for the Senators right now. Besides that, the next Senators game is on November 19th, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on RDS2 and TSN5 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 6-12-0. Yeah, 6-12-0. This is a game where the Senators should take advantage and just pummel them. Scored like 8 goals at least, like they won 7-3 against them last time. This is a game where the Senators should win, and by a big margin, to give them a lot of confidence. Some injury update. Andrew Hammond has been injured with a head injury. He might be out a day or two. He's listed day to day. So Matt O'Connor was called up. Besides that, Kyle Turris did end up playing in the game. He got a few shots off. A good shot on Howard, who barely stopped it. And he looked okay, but he mostly was passing it and not shooting. But as I think he'll be better by Thursday. He has a day or two off. So that's good news. Besides that, a final score of 4-3 against the Detroit Red Wings. The next game is on November 19th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Besides that, a decent game by Ottawa, a beautiful highlight reel goal by Bobby Ryan, which we'll be seeing highlights for months to come. And it looks like the old Bobby Ryan is back. 7 goals already, a few empty netters obviously, but just getting in that groove again. So good for Bobby Ryan to get a nice goal, and hopefully we'll see more in the future from Bobby Ryan. So besides that, Sens lose 4-3 in overtime. A Tatar overtime winner on a breakaway, and the Senators lose 4-3. Next game is against the Blue Jackets at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you in the next video. 4-3 final loss in OT. 9 out of 18 games that went to overtime. 3 out of 6 of those were decided in overtime, and 6 were decided in the shootout. So the Senators definitely start winning in regulation. I'll see you in the next video. Go Suns, go!